20 matches done. We are one third into the IPL 2021. And guess what? We've almost seen it all. We've seen a super over. We've seen games in excess of 200. We've seen batsmen scoring centuries. We've seen bowlers taking four-fers and five-wicket hauls. We've also seen a hat-trick. Is there something else we'll see in the IPL going forward? Well, that's what the IPL is all about. Excellence and brilliance all around. The beauty of the format. Let me give you an example. The Royal Challengers Bangalore, 4 out of 4 wins in the first 4 games. They lost 1 game against the Chennai Super Kings earlier today. And guess what? They find themselves at the number 3 position suddenly. Again, like I said, the beauty of the format. Hello everybody and welcome to the International Cricket Network ICN 360. Here's your host Yash Khandor, and today I'm here to bring to you my top 5 picks from the first 20 matches of the IPL edition 2021. Let's get started. Number 5. In a game that's dominated by batsmen, everybody talking about the big runs, the big sixes, Deepak Chahar got 2 4-fers, a 4 for 13 and then a 4 for 29. Whenever there is a little bit of shine on the pitch, a pitch that offers a little bit of seam and swing, Deepak Chahar is more than a force to reckon. Excellent bowling performance by him, rattled the top order batting for both KKR and the Kings 11 Punjab, or should I say Punjab Kings now that that's their name. Excellent from Deepak Chahar, right up there, number 5 for me. Number 4, this is actually not really an individual performance or not just specific to a team. This is about the art of batting. In a tournament or in rather a format that is dominated and defined by bludgeoning the bowlers. I'm using the word bludgeoning for a reason. The art of taking singles and doubles is lost. And that was on display. And if you're playing on the Chennai wicket, it's going to show you your true face. 2 teams on 2 back-to-back days on the same ground faced that issue and realized how they floundered. First, it was the Kolkata Knight Riders versus the Mumbai Indians, sitting pretty at 122 for 3 in 15 overs with Nitish Rana batting settled on 57. A couple of rash shots here and there, the pitch offering some assistance, and guess what? KKR lost from a position where they just needed run a ball with 5 more overs to go, 7 wickets in the bank. And who were the wickets in the bank? Shakib and Nitish Rana batting, Andre Russell, Dinesh Karthik and Pat Cummins to come. Yes, and that's the lineup. And they did not make it through in a run-a-ball game. Next was the Sunrisers Hyderabad, the very next day against the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Again sitting pretty at 115 for 3 at the end of the 16 over mark. They needed a little more runs than the Kolkata Knight Riders did. They needed around 35, in just 4 overs. But guess what? Again, they had a set batsman in Pandey who was batting around 38 or something with Bairstow at the other end, with Holder, Rashid Khan, Vijay Shankar and Abhishek Sharma to follow. Abdul Samad to follow. But guess what? Shahbaz Ahmed comes in, a couple of rash strokes. Bairstow and Pandey lose their wickets on back-to-back deliveries. So does Abdul Samad in the same over, and it's game over. Sunrisers Hyderabad lose by 7 runs. So like I said, the number 4 pick for me is the 2 choke-ups that we saw on the Chennai wicket. Number 3, this is a little difficult. The Royal Challengers Bangalore have put up amazing performances, and especially on the batting front, like they always do. It was difficult for me to separate them out, so I'm going to club them together. Padikkal's sublime century that he played at the Wankhede with Kohli on the other side. The reason I mentioned Kohli here is because while Padikkal was brilliant and sublime, it was very important to see how Kohli, the great Virat Kohli, the King Kohli that we talk about, was ready to take the back seat. He was ready to be the non-striker. He was ready to play the second fiddle. Something that is very important to learn for all the youngsters out there, whether it's cricket or whether it's life. Sometimes when somebody else is bossing or mastering it for your team, you play the second fiddle, you play the non-striker, because that's an equally important role. And then who can forget that innings by AB de Villiers? He seemed to have, I think it was Ian Bishop or someone who said, I think he seems to have 2 shots for every single ball that a bowler can bowl. And we all know he plays 360. He scored a 78 of 76 of 34 balls, following Maxwell's brilliant 78 of 49, especially after they lost early wickets of Virat Kohli and Rajat Patidar. So that was excellent on a Chennai wicket, which was turning, gripping. It wasn't that easy to bat. I know it was a day game, but still, so like there was no dew, so the ball wouldn't come onto the bat that easily. But still, on a slow, sluggish, dry turning wicket, that was a special from AB de Villiers. Great from Maxwell as well. But ABD, well, he seemed to bat on a completely different pitch. And like always, he seemed to be a man from a completely different planet. Number two, well, this is individual brilliance. And we often say this about Sanju Samson. He's somebody who always will come up with one mind-boggling innings. One innings where you will all be in like, oh, like, absolutely no words. I'm actually dumbfounded at this moment, even when I recollect the innings that he played. He almost single-handedly took Rajasthan Royals across the line, chasing 221 against the Punjab Kings. And what? He fell short by potentially 3 to 4 meters. That's how close he got Rajasthan Royals to victory. But an extraordinary innings, something that you always want to see from Sanju Samson on a consistent basis. But unfortunately, we've not seen in this IPL, we've not seen it before. Hopefully we see more of this from Sanju Samson. But number two, 119 from Sanju Samson at the Wankhede against the Punjab Kings. And number one, I don't know how to do that. How does he do that? But well, it's Sir Ravindra Jadeja. His heroics and all-round heroics. I mean, he's been one of the finest all-rounders in the world, the best all-rounder that India has produced in quite some time. His bowling has improved, but his batting has grown manifolds. He's potentially, I think he's unarguably one of the, or unarguably the best fielder in world cricket right now. Sir Jadeja, 62 of 28 deliveries with 37 of a single over of Harshal Patel. Mind you, he is the highest wicket taker in this competition. He had bowled 3 overs, 14 runs, 3 wickets before that over. And Sir Jadeja took him to the cleaners. 4 sixes, I think, and a boundary, 5 sixes and a boundary, and then a no ball with a couple of runs here, there. So that's 37 runs. And that wasn't enough for Sir Jadeja. He comes back into the bowling, gets Maxwell, ABD, and 1 more wicket. So 3 wickets and Washington Sundar. So 3 wickets for Sir Jadeja. And how can you keep him out on the field? A direct hit to get someone run out. But Ravindra Jadeja, I think it'll be very difficult to find as an individual all-round performance like this going further in this IPL, or even if you think about it across the editions of the IPL, this was a very special innings. I think this was a good day for Sir Jadeja to go and buy a lottery ticket. He might have won that as well. So that's number one for me. I did not bring up Harshal Patel's 5-wicket haul. I feel bad for that. I think that was a very, very impressive performance by Harshal Patel in the first game that RCB played, and that actually gave Virat Kohli a lot of confidence. They found the death bowler that they wanted. He also got them a hat-trick. So I think that bowling performance from Harshal Patel, the 5-wicket haul, has to fit in somewhere there in that top 5. Potentially, if you're just considering individual brilliance, we can remove the 2 choke-ups that I spoke about at number 4 and put in Harshal Patel there. Is that it? Am I going to go away without talking about CSK or MS Dhoni now that they are back at the top of the table? Well, CSK is surely back, and that is some story. I don't know how things are going to unfold, but they seem to be on track. The old CSK is back. It's not about a single or a couple of individuals winning games every time. They found man of the match awards across the across the team. The Sam Curran brilliance. There has been brilliance from Gaikwad. Faf has been stable. Jadeja, Bravo, everybody contributing, and now there is a wily leg spinner in Imran Tahir, and I think they move to Delhi next if I'm not wrong, and that's a surface that's going to suit their bowlers. And guess what? One moment that stole the show for me in the last few days, in the first 20 games, was when Jadeja was bowling. He was hit out of the ground, I think, by Josh Butler, and it was a no ball. Any other captain would have been frustrated, saying, okay, the game is in a fix. A no ball by a spinner, gone for a 6, is just brutal, criminal. Guess what Dhoni does? It's the stump mic, the beauty of the stump mic. It captures what Dhoni says. Dhoni goes to Jadeja and says, Jad, it's a dry ball now. It's a new ball. So it's going to turn. Ab ghumega. And guess what? In the next over, Jadeja comes with all the confidence that Dhoni's given him, traps Josh Butler and gets one more wicket, and the game completely turns on its head. I think that, for me, maybe it's biased because I'm an MS Dhoni fan, but if you're a pure fan of the game, I think it is these little moments that are not covered in the highlight packages that actually win you games. And so for me, the best moment here was that brilliance by MS Dhoni. Thank you everybody for listening. I'm going to be back with you at the 40th match mark with the other top 5 picks that I have from the games 21 to 40. I'm also going to be starting doing a quick minute or two or maybe like 30-second reels on our Instagram page, so make sure to check it out. We're going to talk about the games very quickly just before the game starts, and guess what, it's fantasy time whenever there's IPL, so you might get some hot picks for your fantasy team. Until next time, this is Yash Khandor for the International Cricket Network ICN 360 signing off. Bye for now and take care.